Hi, I'm back. I have cleaned up my mess and now we're ready for the whole point of this video, which is to apply packing tape to some of our pressed flower arrangements. I'm going to look at 4 different kinds of packing tape. We'll start with the one that I consider the least quality, and that is this one, which is from Office Depot, and it's promoted as a multi-purpose packing tape. It's also the thinnest of them all, and I purchased this one in a 36 case lot because the price was really affordable. So for my business, I go through a lot of tape, and this seemed to work fine for holding packages together. So we'll see how it does for using on top of pressed flowers. And then there's, I'd say the next one on the scale is this heavy-duty Scotch. Actually, I have it in the roll here. Here we go. This is the Scotch packing tape, heavy duty. And so we'll take a look at that. That's pretty good, fairly clear. And then we have this HD clear, and this is by Duck. It says under there by Duck. That's this one, HD clear. And this is promoted as a heavy-duty packing tape. And then the last one, which I don't have the whole label, I cut it off, but this is also another Duck, and it's called HP260. I won't show you me doing packing tape on every single one of them. I'll do a couple of them with a packing tape, and then I'll do them all, the rest of them off camera, and then I'll show you the final results, and then we can kind of see what happened. So having said that, let's move these out of the way and get started. Alright, we're going to start with what I consider the lowest grade packing tape first, and that was this all-purpose Office Depot packing tape. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but one of the things that you have to think about when you're dealing with packing tape is, and let me see if it'll happen, you see how it makes, as it comes off the roll, you see that? And this is true of all packing tape, but I notice it's really bad with this packing tape because it's thin, the mill isn't very thick, and it doesn't come off smoothly. So we need to try to find a spot as we're taking it off the roll that's clean enough to use for our arranged segment that's clean with this packing tape. We'll select one of our smaller arrangements to work with. So let me tear off and get a piece of paper for our tape remnants. Put this off to the side. Okay, so let's take something small. This is pretty small. I'm going to move this out of the way. Now, static electricity, and you'll hear me say the same thing when we do contact paper, is always a concern. So I will bend it like in a U shape, see that? And I will start with the center down, and once you get to a certain point, it can pull the flowers up, because remember, we didn't glue the flowers all the way down. These are pretty stout. They're not as wispy as some of the thinner things, so I'm not as worried about it, but we're still going to center it, and once you do it, you got to work quick. Okay. And this is watercolor paper. That turned out really good. Look at that. And packing tape works good. Okay. Now I have one of these Sizzix, okay, which is off to the side. And so I'm going to take the die. First of all, I'm going to cut the excess tape off of here so that I'm not dealing with it sticking to the scissors, and I know that we don't need that. Okay. Let's put the die on there, see how we want to center it, make sure it's going the right way. And now I'm going to take it over the scissors and cut it out, and then we'll take a look at it. I don't know if I should show you my cutting board or not, because you're going to think, oh, Emily changed the thing, but you can see how well loved this is. It still works, and I'm going to go ahead and use it. The other thing that I have, here, let me bring this over for this time, so you can see what I'm going to be talking about it. This is a magnetic. This is magnetic because most of my dies are thinlit, and so the other thing I need to find is, excuse my reach. I have this. This is removable tape, or yeah, it's removable tape, and so I'm going to tape one of these pieces down where I want it. So I'm arranging it where I want it, and then I'm going to tape it down so it doesn't move. And then get my other plate. Let's go ahead and pop it through. And I usually go forward and back just because. And then let's take a look. Get my backing board. Pretty cute. So you can do, you can use this as a medallion. You can use it. This paper is probably too thick because it's the watercolor paper. It's probably too thick to use as, for example, for an envelope seal. But you can. There's so many things you can use it for. And if you're a craft person, you'll be able to figure something out. I can think of all kinds of things to use it for. The next one that we're going to try is the Scotch shipping tape, which is promoted as heavy duty. This was a bigger scallop. Okay, let's do that. Alright, get a piece of tape. Same thing, we're going to bevel. We're going to go down and roll. And once you put it down, that's it. You don't have a second chance. Okay. This was a multi-purpose paper. It's not as thick as the watercolor paper, and it's smooth. So I'm going to take this over to the die cutting machine, and we'll get this cut out. Put the top plate on, running it through. Forward, back. Okay. Let me hold it up to the camera. So that was the Scotch. I would say that's the next. We've gone from what I consider the least expensive and the least quality to the next least quality. So this was the Scotch. Alright. Now we will do the next one that I think in line is the, which one did I think was the best quality? I think it was the 260. Yeah, okay. We're going to do this HD clear, and I need a roller for it. So let's take this off. put our HD60 on. You know what? I think I lost part of this. Where'd it go? I'm sure it used to be a full-size roll. Oh well. I'll just go with it. Okay. And then let's tear some off. Let's get a fresh start because this is a new roll. Okay. What do we want to do? We'll get a little bit more daring here. Let's do our buttercups. We need to try to do this whole swath. So we need a nice big piece. See, now this comes off really nice. I got a nice big section, I do believe. It should be enough. I'm going to roll it, hold it in the U shape. Excuse me for bumping the camera. I screwed up. And I don't think that I'll be able to do anything about it. See how I don't think there's any way that you could get this off of there to fix it. But I'm willing to try anything. Nope, there's no way. All right. The nice thing about showing you this is that you get to see my screw-ups. Not only did I screw up the buttercup, but it wasn't the most smooth application of putting the tape down. But that happens. So there's an example of a blooper. I mean, it still looks pretty, but I notice it, and I'm kind of a perfectionist, so that's going to bother me. That's going to bother me. That's a disappointment. Okay. I need to not try to be so speedy because I'm on camera. Okay, well anyway, we can use it for our comparing and contrasting, so we'll set this. Alright, now what do we want to do? Let's do this one. Put the HD clear out of the way, and then the one that I consider the highest quality, which is the HP 260. Alright. And I know that I'm successful getting good smooth pieces off of this one. Okay. I'm going to cut this tape down just a little bit so we're not using such a big piece to deal with. Now, I know that verbena will come up and have static electricity similar to the buttercup, so let's hope that we have better success here. And I'm going to have to work quick. And I'm not going to try to be fast, I'm going to try to be accurate. There, much better. Start at the middle and work out. Okay, much better. Now I'm going to cut this off. Run it through the laminating machine. This was a tag. So let's put that through the machine. was forward and back and it's still stuck a little. Okay, let's get our board and take a closer look. So that turned out good. Very shiny. That was the HP 2060. Alright, let's hold them up to the camera. This was, I'll do them in order here. This was the Office Depot, the least expensive one, on watercolor paper, which is why you see this texturing in there. It's from the watercolor paper. Then this was the Scotch. And it looks smoother, but part of that is because the paper's smooth. So unfortunately we didn't do a like for like as far as the paper. But if we can look at the flower part, kind of get a feel for the sheen. And then this was the HD Clear versus the 260, which is this one. Let's put it this way and see if we can see how they shine. So the shine seems to be similar. Both these papers are smooth. So I don't know, it seems to me like they're more or less pretty much the same. I do feel that these two are much shinier. They're much shinier. And then these two don't seem quite as shiny. And this one seems the least shiny. This seems a little bit more satiny. See, you can even see it that way. See how this looks more satiny, how shiny those are? Okay, so that's what we wanted to know. Yes, it works. I screwed this one up, and not only in putting it on, but it's kind of ripply texture. But they all work, and there you go. I'm going to do the rest of them off camera. I'll come back real quick and show you the final results, and then that'll be the end of this sequence. Hi, okay, I'm going to show you where I ended up for now, and then that'll be the closing out of this video. These are the ones that I did with the Office Depot packing tape. And then these are the ones that I did with the Scotch. And this one, of course, can go either way. This is the one that I did with the Duck HD Clear. This is the one where my pedal turned up because of the static electricity that likes to pull the real thin pedal things up. So usually I can get them, but every once in a while I screw up, and I screwed up twice today. Well, it's not screwed up, it's just that my technique wasn't right. But I said this was the Duck HD Clear, and then this was the HD 260, the Duck. And then I used the HD Clear for this one, and same thing happened. The pedals lifted up, and so yeah. I think when I do these again, I'm going to try them with contact paper. The things that are hard to do with contact paper or packing tape, because of the static electricity and lifting, are going to do better if you have a hot laminate. because when you put the hot laminate down, you're putting the sheet on top before you ever run it through, and so you can control it not lifting. And when I do the hot laminate video, you'll see what I'm talking about. So note to self that some of these more sheer ones, like this one and this one, and probably would be better for the hot laminate technique, especially if you want a shiny finish. So that's something that I would share with you there. Okay, so I say all in all, we did good. I think I could have been a little bit more productive if I wasn't doing a video, but I think for our purposes that we got a lot accomplished. The next thing to do would be to decide if we want to put them on a backing or what we want to do with them there. Put a little frame around them, that kind of thing. And then start using them as an embellishment in your projects. Okay, thank you very much. You have a wonderful day.